What would you do if the one person you were never supposed to fall for suddenly became the only person who truly understood you? 18-year-old Ayaan thought he knew exactly where his life was going: college, friendship, football, and a future he had carefully imagined. But everything changes when he begins spending more time at his best friend Daniel's house and discovers that Daniel's 40-year-old mother, Sarah, is hiding a painful past of her own. What begins as innocent conversation slowly becomes an emotional connection neither of them expected. But there is one massive problem. Daniel is Ayaan's closest friend, and when he discovers the truth, everything falls apart. Stay until the end, because the final twist changes the entire meaning of their relationship. And if you enjoy emotional stories filled with secrets, impossible choices, friendship, and unexpected second chances, subscribe now, because you won't want to miss the next story. Ayaan Malik was 18 years old when he first realized that adulthood was nothing like the stories people told him. Everyone around him seemed to believe that turning 18 meant freedom, confidence, and finally knowing what you wanted from life. But Ayaan felt the opposite. He had just finished school, his friends were preparing for university, and everyone kept asking him the same question: what are you going to do with your future? Ayaan never had a good answer. He was intelligent, quiet, and observant, but he carried an uncertainty that he rarely showed. His father had left the family years earlier, and his mother worked long hours, which meant that Ayaan had grown up learning how to keep his feelings to himself. His closest friend was Daniel Carter, a confident young man who seemed to have everything Ayaan lacked. Daniel was outgoing, funny, athletic, and surrounded by people wherever he went. The two boys had been friends since childhood, and despite their differences, their friendship had survived every argument, competition, and misunderstanding. Daniel lived with his mother, Sarah Carter, in a quiet suburban house about 20 minutes from Ayaan's home. Sarah was 40 years old, independent, intelligent, and noticeably different from the mothers of most people Ayaan knew. She had spent years building a career after her marriage ended, raising Daniel largely on her own. She wasn't interested in pretending that life was perfect. She spoke honestly, listened carefully, and had a way of making people feel that their problems mattered. To Ayaan, she had always simply been Daniel's mother. Nothing more. That changed during the summer after graduation. One afternoon, Daniel called Ayaan and asked him to come over. "We're going to the old basketball court," Daniel said. "Come on, don't tell me you're busy." Ayaan laughed. "I'm not busy. I just don't feel like getting destroyed by you again." "That's because you can't accept losing. You've beaten me 3 times in 5 years. "Exactly. Tradition." Ayaan eventually agreed. When he arrived at Daniel's house, he found the front door open. He knocked anyway before stepping inside. "Sarah," he called. "Kitchen," came the answer. Ayaan walked toward the kitchen and found Sarah standing beside the counter, trying to repair a broken coffee machine. "You are early," she said. "Daniel told me to come over. He's still upstairs pretending he's looking for his shoes." Ayaan smiled. "That sounds like him." Sarah looked at him and laughed softly. "You know, Ayaan, you're probably the only person who still believes Daniel when he says he's ready in 5 minutes. He's my friend. I have to believe him. That is a dangerous amount of loyalty." The conversation was ordinary. Nothing romantic happened. Nothing inappropriate happened. It was simply two people talking. But Ayaan noticed something that afternoon. Sarah seemed tired. Not physically tired, but emotionally exhausted. When Daniel finally came downstairs, Sarah immediately changed her expression. She smiled and told him they were going to be late. Ayaan didn't think much about it. The 3 of them left the house. Over the next few weeks, Ayaan began spending more time at Daniel's home. Sometimes they played basketball, sometimes they studied, sometimes they simply sat in Daniel's room talking about university, relationships, and the uncertainty of the future. And sometimes Sarah joined them for dinner. It was during those dinners that Ayaan began learning things about Sarah that he had never known. She had once wanted to become a photographer. She loved old movies. She hated crowded restaurants. She kept a notebook filled with unfinished ideas. And, most surprisingly, she had once wanted to travel across Europe alone. One evening, Ayaan noticed an old camera sitting on a shelf. "You still use that?" he asked. Sarah looked over. "Sometimes. You took photographs. A long time ago. Why did you stop? Sarah was silent for a moment. Life happened. Ayan looked at her. That doesn't really answer the question. Sarah smiled. You're very persistent. Daniel says I'm annoying. Daniel is correct. They laughed. But Sarah's expression became serious again. I stopped because I thought there would always be more time. That sentence stayed with Ayan. Because he understood it. He too had been waiting. Waiting to become confident. Waiting to know what he wanted. Waiting for life to begin. After that conversation, Ayan began seeing Sarah differently, not as a fantasy, not as someone he should pursue, but as a complicated human being who had sacrificed many of her own dreams while raising her son. The problem was that admiration slowly became something harder for him to control. Ayan began looking forward to conversations with her. He began noticing when she wasn't at home. He began thinking about things she had said. And one night, while walking home, he finally admitted the truth to himself. He had developed feelings for her. Ayan was frightened by the realization. He immediately told himself it was impossible. Sarah was 40. She was his friend's mother. She had lived an entirely different life. He was only 18 and had barely begun discovering who he was. So Ayan decided to distance himself. For several days, he stopped going to Daniel's house. When Daniel asked why, Ayan invented excuses. I've got university paperwork. I've been helping my mom. I'm tired. Daniel eventually became suspicious. You are avoiding me. No, you are. I'm not. You are terrible at lying. Ayan looked away. Daniel sighed. Whatever it is, you can tell me. Ayan almost told him, but he couldn't. Because some secrets become heavier the longer you carry them. Then something unexpected happened. Sarah called him. Ayan. Yes. Daniel said you've been busy. I've just had things to do. You haven't done anything wrong, have you? No. Sarah paused. Then why do you sound like you are apologizing? Ayan didn't know how to answer. Finally he said, I think I just need some space. Sarah understood more.